Happy Easter. So Nan and Abby are going to make Easter surprise cupcakes. So first we're gathering our ingredients and getting our beautiful mixer that AC gave me when she was in Iraq. So we gather our materials and we're going to make the filling first, which we make of 8 ounces of cream cheese, 1 egg, and chocolate chips. Okay, you can pause. So we use 8 ounces of cream cheese, which I've already softened. And sometimes you're cooking other things, and that's what that timer is for, but we'll get that in just a minute. So we're going to put this in there while Abby cracks an egg in the bowl. And you just use a small bowl for this. While we're doing this, we are preheating the oven to 350. So we always usually put our eggs in the compost. Here's the compost. And we're making Easter dinner. So we're putting that in. My beater is broken, so that's why there's only one mixer there. And then we also are going to add just a little bit of confectioner's sugar. I'd say about 1/4 cup. Sometimes you have to measure exactly, but on this, you don't. So Abby is going to beat this just for a minute, and then we're going to add a package of chocolate chips to it. And if the mixer's making that noise, it's not working. And so, let's see if it works in the other one. There you go. And that's how you troubleshoot. Stir in about a generous cup of chocolate chips. This is what makes it a surprise. When you bite into it, there's that nice creamy chocolate chip mixture. And once all that's stirred in, then we set that aside and we're ready for the next step. Step is if you have some nice Easter little cupcake papers, and I have one that has 12, so we'll use this again in just a minute. Now we're going to go over to our cake mix, and we use just one regular yellow cake mix. And Abby is going to dump that into the bowl while I measure 1 cup. Now sometimes you don't have to measure exactly, but with baking you do have to measure exactly. So I hold up the cup so that it's exactly 1 cup. Then I look and make sure that that's what it says on the package, or else you'll have a mess. So Abby is going to add that. And then she can go ahead and put the beater into the mixture and it'll start mixing. And then we'll add our other ingredients. All right, now she's going to break 1 egg into there, and if it's fine, she'll dump it in there. It takes 3 eggs, and you want to do them 1 by 1, so in case the egg isn't good, if it has a little red spot in it, you can't use it. And the other ingredient is oil, and this one uses 1/3 cup of vegetable oil. So we're going to add that. And Abby's going to add that and then beat it for about 1 minute. And then we'll be ready for our next. All right. Then, whoever you feel more confident in pouring this in. So I make sure that there's no dry ingredients. And I pour it in a cup just to make it easier to handle for the cupcakes. And then I'm going to fill the cupcakes about 3/4. And then Abby is going to add in the center, she's going to add just a little bit of the cream cheese mixture once I get that done. Sometimes it drips a little, and we'll just get that before we put it in So that's how you do that part. And then what we're gonna do, because we're gonna need to only use half of this. So what I do is I just kind of divide it in half in the bowl, so I don't use all of it on the first batch and don't get enough. So there's that, so I have to make sure this is what goes in these muffin tins. So Abby's gonna show you, just put a little dollop in there. Sometimes you have to scrape it with your spoon, and that's exactly what it'll look like. When it bakes, it will go into the cupcake, and then when you bite into it, it'll be a surprise. Then we're gonna put these in the oven, and we will put confetti on the top. So let's see what happens there. Try to put things away and clean up as I go. So I'm just rinsing out this bowl so that it won't be a big mess at the end. That makes cooking a lot more fun. Okay, all right, one of the most important things when you're cooking is how do you know if it's done? And what I do is I look at it, and then I have to listen to it. And you can kind of hear the little bubbles. Yes, I don't know whether you can hear them in there, but you hear little tiny bubbles. And if I touch it and it lightly springs back, it's done. You don't want to overdo these. So once they cool, we'll put our little confetti on there, and you'll be able to see that in just a minute. And then we'll split one, or maybe we'll have one of these.
Hey, I do that. No, you don't.
Okay.